a lot of the positioning of the drums, a lot of it has to do with sight lines. And so when the drums are positioned there, it means anyone from anywhere in the room could have direct eye contact with the drummer.
And Howard too, because he's behind the glass, and you know, you kind of reading body language the whole time in a session, you know. He's like, I don't know. If I'm touring, it's a different room every day. So if you have a big brick room, it's going to be very reflective and almost, you know, slap back kind of delays. For example, like I've played Massey Hall a few times, and that's a really interesting room because you sit at the drums on stage, you hit the snare, and it hits the back wall and it comes back to you like almost immediately. So it's actually, it informs your playing. And then you could be in a wooden room, something that's drier, a dead room, and then you just have the dryness of the drums. It's just the drum, which is interesting. From there, you could actually affect it in more of a studio atmosphere. You could apply reverbs and such and kind of create your own ambience. But depending on the room that you're in, it's a different ambience. It's specific to that room. My preference for rooms is something that has diversity in it. Like in Hotel Tatango, where we are today, you know, it's a nice big open room, so you can open up the back curtains, you can set up mics back there, you can capture the whole room, but you can also close those curtains, make it a smaller sound. When setting up drums, my main priority is just to, you know, get comfortable, so I'm not doing my body any damage, because that's pretty easy to do, especially when you're playing rock music. Today, the drum kit that I've selected is early 70s Slingerland kit, and it's got quite an open sound. You can kind of start at the end of the end of the spectrum with a bass drum or toms that are open or unmuted. Their tone or their pitch can last, you know, at the moment it'll last for even a second or something like boom. That might be great for an ambient piece or something where the drums are actually occupying a lot of the space of the music. But perhaps in you know, tighter, snappier pop music or rock music, you want to kind of get rid of that resonance, perhaps, depending on the song. You never know. You have to use your ears, but you can achieve this by stuffing a pillow in the kick drum or just laying it on the front, some gentle muffling with cotton balls. And for the snare, I can just throw a wallet on it to kind of start figuring things out. You know, you just kind of have to problem solve. Another thing to consider in setup, you should think of the instrumentation of the rest of the song and your own instrumentation. So maybe you'll just need a kick drum and a snare on one song. Maybe you don't need to be playing the hi-hats all through the song because it's actually quite loud. If it's a gentle song, it's better to leave the space, you know? Decisions like that. So maybe you don't want to set up cymbals today, you know? You can take away elements. And of course, you could be Neil Peart too, you know, add many things. There's a large difference when you're sitting down at the drums performing and then you walk into the studio to hear what you've just done. You know, you could think you've got it all right. As soon as you get behind the glass, it's like, oh, the bass player is playing behind, you know, it's not settling in. When you're on the other side of the glass, you have all the outboard processing, you can apply compression to the drums, and that totally influences the sound of the drums, the way you sound, how you're playing, and how it's working with the body of music that you're performing.